Previously on Survivor. Siona and Steve crafted a plan to have the power duos take over the game. But Ryan and Chris lacked the trust to go through with it.
Like Chris and Steve would vote us out. They're gonna break us up.
I think we do need to vote out Steve.
Leaving two distinct factions, and Nicole and Chandler in the middle. With Chandler sticking with Ryan and Siona, Nicole Senti became the ultimate swing vote yet again.
The worst. It's like a 1 in 3 chance between you and Chandler and Ryan.
I don't want Senti in the final 3 because she hasn't played the game at all.
In the tribal council, she voted with Chris and Steve, causing a deadlock in the game.
The only person that I haven't said I wouldn't vote for you. It's just gonna make it harder next week.
But fearing the reprisal of a double tie, Chandler flipped his vote in the revote.
I think Nicole stayed and voted Siona.
Sending Siona packing.
Siona, tribe has spoken.
5 are left, and only one can claim the title of sole survivor. Who will be voted out tonight?
I don't know.
Top 5.
So what if like she had flipped? That's what I was wondering. That would make y'all look
Why did I make you nervous?
I mean, I wish she was still in because it's one person that I could trust, unlike almost everyone else except for Chandler.
Big night. I was shaking in my boots.
I ended up making the right call knowing that Senti would not backstab Steve. And I ended up having to be the one to axe Siona because if I didn't, then it would have been me, Ryan, or Nicole. So, I had to save myself, so I voted for Siona.
We'll be there for you, like in the final league. Like whoever wins, like whatever.
Yeah.
And like Ryan and Sienna, they would have voted you out.
That was honestly like the reason why I voted for Sienna.
Like I believe what Ryan tells me that like he's not gonna vote me out and all this stuff, but then Chris and Steve like told me that he was talking to them about like voting Chandler and I out because like he said that like I didn't deserve to like make it this far and all this stuff. So that was like mostly why I in the end like decided to vote for Siona. And now I feel like Ryan feels like he's more vulnerable.
We thought Nicole was with us, but from the looks of it, if you turn around right now, we don't think that's the case. So, I don't know. Ryan and I, we're sticking together. We've been together for a while.
Yeah, but what?
At this point, we're just gonna convince Senti that she should keep us as opposed to... She's the swing vote. That's crazy. She actually has some power.
I had told everyone except for Siona that I wasn't gonna vote for them, so which is bad because now Siona's gone, so now I told everyone that I wasn't going to vote for them because I didn't think I would make it this far.
No matter what I do, everyone's gonna be mad at me. Well, at least 2 people are gonna be mad at me.
You bet your ass we're gonna be mad at you.
And 2 people are already mad at me.
No, they're not. Who?
You and Rob.
I'm not mad at you.
We weren't on the same page voting wise, but I wasn't mad. I don't know why. She just makes people not mad at her when she backstabs them.
I've been making all the hard decisions here. You've been riding along like a easy, slow train, alright?
That's the story of my life. An easy, slow train.
Nicole's in a very interesting position, and I kind of wanted her to be in this position Like I was kind of just like ready for her to make a decision.
What? You don't know how competitive I am.
The prediction.
Steve will win. That's all
Sienna.
I'm saying. I think if he goes to the final three, he will win.
Well, that's something I have to think about.
With your help.
I would rather vote out Steve than Chris, because I think Steve would have a better chance of winning in the end than Chris would, because Chris has manipulated a lot of people.
Senti.
I like, dude. Senti
I have
is
no
Senti.
idea what
Senti
you're
is literally
thinking
the X factor in this fucking game. It's crazy. An option for you is to vote Ryan out with us, and then it comes down to you have to try and win immunity to get yourself in the top 3.
I kind of am enjoying being in a secret position of power. Mostly because I think, like, most people didn't think that I was gonna, like, make it this far or have any sort of power ever. People underestimate me.
But why don't I just stick with Ryan
And then what?
and vote out you or Steve?
How's that gonna work? You gotta pull Senti.
Well, you have to pull Senti to get us.
Like, I think it's like we have her.
I'm thinking, like, in reality, it would be a good idea to vote out either Chris or Steve next tribal, because, and I feel like that would be like the fair thing to do, because it's like broke up Ryan and Sienna, and then you break up the other one, and then it's just like survival of the fittest. But I don't know exactly like how things are going to go down.
Alright, first things first, take back immunity, Chris. That's how it is. Alright, immunity, back up for grabs. Congratulations, final 5. For today's challenge, basically we're going to be standing on these here poles. You're going to have a small foothold.
These here poles.
Immunity, a guaranteed spot in the final 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, from here on out, any falls mean you are out of this challenge.
It's not that hard. I think we're just gonna get bored up here, so we'll see.
Nicole, how you feeling?
Not good.
Not good.
My ankle hurts real bad.
He's got the taped ankle. Sorry.
I'm good for foot cramps.
It's really hard, and there's nowhere to put my foot.
Why is it really hard?
Because my shoes are pretty big.
Oh, that stinks.
It does. I feel like I'll survive this week regardless.
We are about 2.5 minutes into this challenge. Woo! 2.5 minutes. Someone cut this branch. Let's try it to like 10 minutes. So Ryan and Chandler are going to 10 minutes.
I feel like it's not worth me like pushing my foot.
What do you think your foot muscle for, guys?
We're at 8.5. Wait, so Ryan, you're going 1 more minute and then you're dropping out?
Yeah. Tribal winner has to last at least 10 minutes. I guess I'm just gonna fall straight.
All right, Ryan, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ryan, first one out of this challenge. Chandler's off. We got 2 out of the 5 out of this challenge.
We're pretty sure that Nicole's gonna be with us this week, so I think it'd be kind of funny if Nicole dropped out and we let the other 2 guys just duke it out for who stays in the game.
Take it out for.
Boys in this game. I remember when we were boys in this game, Chandler. We ain't boys no more.
Take it out for final 4.
So it's one of the 2 of them.
I think it's gonna be one of the 2 of them, and I think it'd just be really funny if it was just them 2 left and
They
whoever
gotta-
stayed in would stay in the game.
And if one of them throws it, then that's their own demise. So, sucks to suck.
You guys have been on for 15 minutes. 15. What do you think it was?
10?
Wow, 5 whole more minutes.
33% empty.
Nicole, you're dropping? Nicole, third person out of this challenge, has your ankle.
Let's go.
So Nicole, Ryan, and Chandler.
Okay, bye, Nicole.
So it's down to Chris and Steve battling for a spot in the final 4.
I'm not talking.
Nicole, you do know you get to pick again, right?
I don't want to pick.
I don't really know if like it's what you want or not. It's just kind of how it is.
We're having like the whole final 3. Just think about it. What if next week? What if you vote Steve out and what if I win? They're gonna vote you out, and I'm gonna vote you out, especially if you don't vote with them.
If I voted with them, then you don't think that they would bring me to the final 3 with them?
No.
Why?
And it doesn't matter because if I win, then I have the power in the final 4. Because then they have to vent
It just comes down to one of us has a better chance of winning a challenge than they do. Just say you've had our back and we've had your back, and I have not said any. I've been 100% straight with you this entire time. Entire game.
I know.
When me and Chandler went to the diner, I was like talking. I was like, all right, who do you think about voting? He was like, I was like, let's just vote Ryan out or something. And he was like, no, like I don't know, I'm just gonna probably vote with Ryan. I was like, so you're just gonna give all the power to Senti? And he was like, yeah, like I actually want to like make a decision and like actually do something in this game.
He said you're a pussy in this game. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. That's what he said. Like I don't care if like he's been with you and he's like saved you sometimes. So, like he shit talks you. We don't do that because they were your fucking friends.
Chris, if you drop, I won't vote you out. And Steve, if you drop, I won't vote you out.
What about that?
You promise?
Yes, I
100% promise.
I 100% promise. Have I lied to you
100%.
before?
That's the thing. You haven't lied to us. Like when you said
Nicole said she's not gonna vote for us, and I trust her 100%.
I trust you 100%. And if you like do it, then like I can't do anything. Like I'll be pissed as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
All right.
Steve drops. Chris wins immunity, is guaranteed a spot in the final 4. Wow. What prompted that, Steve?
Trust her. Think this way off so we can get to the top 4. Hey, don't tell him I dropped.
Yeah. Don't tell me drops.
Chris, immunity, tangled. You are safe from the vote. Guaranteed a spot in the final 4 of this game up to 20 people.
Nicole had come to Ryan, and then I kind of asked her about it, and she just confirmed it that she said, listen, I'm really sorry I voted out Siona last time, but it's fair. I helped Chris and Steve for 1 vote, so now I'm going to vote with you guys. And Ryan and I were like, awesome, sweet, golden. She's voting with us this time.
That is pretty huge. How do you feel?
Me? Oh, they're talking to Senti. She's.
I didn't get immunity.
I know, but it just works. I mean, it comes down to your like, whether you like wanted like it or not. You put yourself in like the most powerful position in the game.
I trust her.
I do too.
So she, said, all right, she'll vote with us, and she looked me directly in the eye and said, I promise I won't vote for you 100%. So I just jumped off from trusting her, which, could have been my tragic flaw, putting my trust in the wrong person.
I felt pressured to make a decision. They're like attacking you, like telling me to vote with them and stuff. Chris is always like like yelling at me, not yelling at me, like, oh, you've done this and blah blah blah, and he just like talks and talks and talks and talks, and then eventually just like, okay, like I'll do it, and like just stop.
Yeah. Chandler would win, probably over me, probably over
Chandler
Nicole,
would get a
definitely over
significant
Ryan.
amount of votes.
And Steve and Chandler would be close.
We came into the last challenge. Ryan and I were kind of busy, so that was a little bit part of it, but we felt pretty confident, and Ryan and I jumped down from the challenge together because we just felt pretty safe about what was going to happen.
And, like, Ryan's like been very transparent, and I also feel like we have a better chance of beating
Ryan, all of us.
Ryan
All
in
of
any
us.
challenge over Jenna.
While we were walking back, Ryan and I headed back early, and I said, Ryan, like, do you think like it's a good idea to leave her there? And he's like, it's fine, she's voting with us, you know, it's fine. I'm like, I don't know, like, they're gonna talk to her and all that. He's like, it's fine. Why wouldn't she vote with us?
Well, I did tell them that that it would be fair to vote one of them off, or to vote either Chris or Steve off, but then they left the challenge early and things got tricky. So
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't want to vote either of them.
I know.
I mean, you haven't wanted to vote anyone out. That was your, I don't know, if it was strategy or if it was just like.
It's not a strategy.
Don't want to vote for. I'm like definitely like right now using emotion against Nicole for sure, because like I'm doing whatever I can to win the game.
Chris Lecomte's behavior throughout this game and the way that he's manipulated and connived his way this far by pulling this high school drama, and it's really prissy and annoying and a little high maintenance for my liking, and I refuse to stoop to that level.
Me jumping off, in my eyes, gave me and Chris a combined better chance of both of us getting to the final. Because if one of us wins immunity next week and we're both in the top 4, then we're both pretty much in the top 3. And then if it goes to 2, we're both in the top 2.
I don't know. It's kind of aggravating. It's like some high school like shenanigans which shouldn't be going down. It's starting to annoy me. So I'm just saying, like, even if they do make it to the final 3, like, they're not gonna win, and that's how it's gonna play out.
Final 2, they're right here. Let's go. Bop.
I don't know. It's a hard vote this week because if I'm still in the game in the final 3, I'll win, and if I'm not, then whoever voted me out won't win. So it's your decision. And watching this back, you're gonna see that I had control over this game the whole time. Even if I don't win, I have control over who will win.
Sleep! Crack!
So, out of the 5 people left, including myself, 4 are in Phi Chi and 1 is not in Phi Chi. Phi Chi is the professional business frat.
And Chris, Steve, Brian, and I are all in Phi Chi, and Chandler wants to hopefully join Phi Chi. So we had an event on Saturday, and we were all there.
Ryan and I head over to the event, and there we see Nicole and Steve and Chris hanging out.
If it's final 3 and we have to vote to final 2, I'll vote. I will, not gonna say 100%, but I will definitely think about, no shit, I will definitely think about voting with you.
You would think about it, but it's not 100%.
I think it's gonna be final 3.
At this point, I go over to Nicole because I hate her, and she comes up to me and she goes, Chandler, I'm voting you out. I'm like, what? She's like, I'm voting you out.
So we're at this Phi Chi event on Saturday, and for some reason, I go up to Chandler and tell him that I'm going to vote him out.
States of mind were not on the right. I guess that's a nice way of saying it.
She's voting me out. She told me right now she's voting me out. She's voting me out. She told me us to the end. She said we said it'd be us to the end.
The whole party erupted and we were chanting.
That was a bother me.
I don't get, like, Chandler like turns around and he's like, vote on Nicole. Like, it doesn't matter if like that's a joke. Like, she got clearly upset by that. Like, she was upset. She like wanted to leave. And she was like she was like crying.
I didn't think she was going to turn on me because I've been with her the entire game. We've been through like Old Waka, and then we've been through every tribe together, and at times like being on the chopping block and like had to like save each other kind of thing.
I have no idea how they manipulated it, but clearly Senti was swayed by their endearing words of encouragement.
Ryan doesn't like that. He gets really mad.
I don't know, I was just appalled that someone who just made me a promise would go behind my back like that, who I played with the whole time.
Senti is a fucking ass!
See, what I did at the party was we were all at the same party, and they were literally just being bullies. So I took Nicole away with Chris to go to a different party,
And
and they followed her to continue to harass her, and I was very close to confronting.
And then I was about to punch Isaac in his face.
Okay, that's irrelevant.
Chris was getting a little fed up because I think Ryan cussed out Chris, which is hilarious. Ryan cussed out Austin.
If I'm the jury, I'm not voting. I'm abstaining. You can't do anything about it. What are you gonna do? Chris said he's not gonna vote. Phil said he's not gonna vote. I'm not voting. Sandri's not voting. Chandler's not gonna vote. What are you gonna do? There's gonna be no fucking jury because you're the fucking one who's concocted this whole fucking thing. Jesus Christ!
Ryan cussed out Nicole. Ryan was kind of cussing out anyone who got in his way. He was like one big old hamburger monster.
You fucking told me to align with the most evil of the evils. Who's that? No.
Who's the evil of the evils?
Senti, the most evil of them all. Avoid Senti.
She's a villain!
I was not in my right mindset. So when Senti caught me in that state of mind and told me that she was going to vote Chandler out this week, I guess I overreacted a little bit.
She's a fucking big fucking.
Why is she doing that?
Voting us out of Survivor on Twitter.
What?
It's the most prestigious of the prestigious.
She tell you that in a secret confessional?
What is going? Yes, just such a boop. No one likes using that word, but that's the best.
It made me very upset because I like everyone left and I want to be friends with everyone afterwards, so I don't want anyone to be mad at me.
When I was calling her out and I was throwing her under the bus, the saviors, Chris and Steve, came and rescued her and won her affection.
Yes, okay, Steve was comforting me the whole night. And yeah, it is nice because I don't know, it kind of shows like we're friends outside of the game, like he doesn't want people, him and Chris, like, don't want to see me upset.
Steve like took her back to her room and banged her or something. No, I don't think they did that, but I know they hooked up. I think it has something to do with I don't think he's doing it for Survivor, but I definitely feel like there's some sort of I'm hooking up with this guy, I don't want to vote him out kind of thing.
We'll vote Ryan out if you vote with us because of Outback tonight. Just tell
Out next week, the second vote from you guys. But you have a chance to win. That's
have a chance to win.
If you win the idol, me or Chris, one or me or
yeah, if you were,
and we know that. Like,
yeah,
we're not done. Like,
if there's 4 people and one of you win, then one of us is going to go home. It's simple as that.
I may have overstepped my boundaries. I may have put the nail in the coffin this week for myself. People know that that's like not who I am, but I mean, like, I apologize to Senti, and everyone else can just get over it.
So Ryan told me that he like wanted to apologize. We talked. He did apologize, and like we just laughed about it. Like it's not a big deal. I'm not one to hold grudges.
We didn't really say much. We just talked, and she said no hard feelings. And she said that was her biggest fear, was for someone to get really angry at her.
And I don't really care. Like I know he was just in the wrong state of mind and upset. We're friends now.
Once I started being an ass to everyone, and I kind of accepted the fact that I deserved it the next day. I don't know, it's kind of like my consequence for my actions.
It wasn't like really permission to vote him off, but he did say it twice that he's like, oh, I was a really big jerk, like I understand if you want to vote me off, like you should just vote me off, I was being rude, blah blah blah. So, and I latched on to that, so I voted him off.
I don't know, the vote's not determined yet because Sensi seemed to have swayed a few times this week. And so maybe she'll change her mind by tomorrow, I don't know. Hopefully something happens, but if not, like I've already accepted my fate. I'm not that upset about it.
It's not set in stone who I'm gonna vote for, but I mean I don't want to vote for Steve and I don't want to vote for Chandler, so I kind of only use Ryan.
So I don't know how it's gonna pan out, but I'm hoping that if I do take the hit this week, that Chandler will survive.
I don't think I'm done exactly for this vote. I can maybe sway Nicole to change her vote, which I don't know if that's possible. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know how probable that is.
He said something good that you didn't say.
What? Steve's gonna win?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like
Obviously.
eloquently.
Did he say Steven's gonna win? Steb? And that if it's a final two, you're gone also?
No.
If you're playing the game, then Steve's not the person to align with.
Right.
So I don't know what you're playing now.
Friends. I think Steve would have the best chance of winning. Because a lot of people like him, he's played the game really well. It would help if I voted out the person who I thought was going to win the most. If I voted Steve out and then I made it to the final three, I could use that as like, oh, that's something that I did. I was playing the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But then either you, me, or Ryan would have to win immunity the next week to.
Okay.
And then what if it's a final two?
Then we vote out Ryan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It would be smart to vote for Steve, and then I'm sure Ryan and Chandler would vote for him. Yeah.
Got a shot. A little shot. But a shot, nonetheless.
My plan for tonight is because you know Chris told me that she's thinking about voting me out, and I'm going full frontal at tribal.
Dude, you just gotta be
I'm gonna
drastic.
I'm gonna go over our trust. I'm gonna go over Saturday night and
Also throwing in that you
ridiculousness.
like Nicole and she's been a really good friend.
Chris loves to play his game of guilt, which was shown by the multiple times where he's tapped into like sob stories and whatnot, and he's just, I don't know, he somehow can pull at her heartstrings because she's afraid of losing his friendship, but she knows that I'm not gonna pull that like prissy bullshit. So
Who are you voting for again? Who are you voting for? Who are you voting? I'm not exactly sure how she's weighing the relationships or the way she's voting.
even on the walk over from our Phi Chi meeting at 8 o'clock, she turned to me and said, "I have this ingenious plan. We're gonna vote out Steve this week." She's like, it would be a power move on my part, blah blah blah. Like I would look like I was so smart in the end. And then right when we get back to Chandler's room, she's like, "Oh, I have to go and talk to Chris." So I was like, whatever. Like at this point, it's not worth me like trying to convince someone who can't make up their mind.
100% Steve ain't going nowhere.
I think when I give her the reasons why she shouldn't vote for me, I would say it's probably 75% chance that she votes for Ryan with us. And I think that going into tribal, she's planning on voting for me.
Can we stop? Can we stop, please?
This is why I need the blankets.
Please stop. I've made promises to everybody. Like, I promised Chandler, Ryan, Chris, and Steve that I wouldn't vote for them, ever. And obviously, like, that's not gonna happen because they're the only people left. I still don't really know who I'm gonna vote for.
She's not the game.
We now welcome in the 6th member of our jury. Last person voted out, Siona. Everyone.
Let's start with Ryan.
Nope.
Siona went out last time. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what's happening. I was betrayed by a close friend, and I realized that you really can't trust people in life, and I'm solo. I'm solo for life. I'm riding solo.
So who betrayed you?
It's pretty obvious. I don't think you have to ask that question.
Who? Say a name.
I don't know which one you're
Evil
talking
of evils.
Who's the evil?
about.
The most evil of them all.
Who's he talking about?
Nicole.
No.
So Nicole, what's your position this week?
I have too much power, and I think everyone should just vote me off.
Yes!
But
That's what I've been saying the whole
that's
time.
what I've been saying.
There we
No,
go.
But I actually don't want everyone to vote me off.
I can explain what's happening.
Chandler, please go.
Nicole and Steve have a thing, and now she's deciding to vote Ryan off because
Nicole's voting with her penis. That's what's happening.
Okay. Guys, my mom can't watch this if you say stuff like that. I made a promise to Chris and Steve, and then
Did you not make a promise before that?
I did, but
Interesting.
The tides have turned. Times change. Times change.
Explain why you're voting
Explain
for
your
Ryan.
position. I want to know. I need to know this before I'm voted out.
I do too. Because I'm going home next week. You're dying to know.
Alright,
I'll make it, no, I don't want you to explain. I want
No,
Cynthia to.
Cynthia
needs to talk for herself for
I
once
don't
in her
want
life.
to.
No, you
That's
gotta
the reason
explain.
right there why she's voting you out, because of what you just said right there.
I don't care. I want to know. I want to know straight up.
I already told you because you would
No,
be
but I
less,
want it on camera.
because you would be less mad at me.
Why would he be mad at you? Who would be mad at you? Why do you care?
Because I
Do you think a true friend would be mad at you after this? Okay, well there you go.
We don't think a true friend would have gone on a rampage calling her in front of over 50 people and yelling at Champ, vote her out in a party and making her cry in front of a lot of people. We don't think a true friend would do that.
No, we have to take
Regardless of being under the influence of whatever.
I don't think a true friend would take advantage of her when she's drunk either.
Take advantage of her?
Oh!
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, we don't need to fucking stab that.
So you guys were harassing her and bullying her, and we took her away to a different party and we followed
You followed
a safe
her.
land to live free.
So Nicole, is this a little more personal? Or excuse me.
Not going out without a
It's
fight.
definitely more personal. 100%.
Does what the two of them are doing is it affecting tonight?
Right now, yeah.
Did it Saturday?
Yeah, well, I had kind of gotten over it, but like,
Taking it, dude.
Okay.
I don't know what she's voting off of. I don't know if she's voting off a game or if she's voting off of
She just said
personal
it. She just
connection.
said. She just said it was more personal.
Personal?
She just said it 10 seconds ago.
She's voting off of personal. Meaning you like the person you're
No,
staying
you
with or you
don't.
don't. It doesn't make sense because if she's playing for the game, then Steve's the obvious person to vote out. If she's playing for friendships, then I guess she's saying Ryan's the obvious person to vote out.
Why is Steve the obvious person to vote out of the game?
Because he's going to win the game.
How do you know? How do you know? Do you know what the...
In my opinion. Obviously, I
Okay,
don't
well
know.
then, well, you know what? Fuck your opinion.
Why
You know
fuck my opinion?
Because, like, we all have our own opinions. Opinions don't determine what 6 other people, the way 6 other people vote.
Yeah, but jury members do.
Yeah, and
an
you,
A-
oh
a
yeah,
bitter,
you,
bitter
and-
jury
and-
member is going to decide that.
Oh yeah, and Ryan, you control the whole jury because you're just, you know, you just have this almighty sway that you
Thank you, you understand.
I think everybody's taking everything way too personal. Like, it's a game.
But regardless of, like, yeah, it's a game, it's a game, it's a game. Obviously, if personal emotions are playing into it, which they clearly are. So,
They are.
So, whatever.
And Ryan's going home.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a game.
Chris, you keeping your immunity?
Yeah, so I give it to you.
No, you keep it. It's okay. Alright, you cannot vote for Chris. Anyone else is fair game?
Alright, let me say what's happening here for all the viewers out there. Siona's backstabbing Ryan and me and voting with her penis and voting with Steve. I don't know why, but I'm voting for Steve. You're my boy, Ryan. You know, I'll stay with you till the end. I told Nicole I would stay with her till the end, but obviously I don't think that's gonna happen, so Ryan, I'm staying with you. Thanks, Nicole.
Took a lot of restraint. I'm sure Chris feels the same way. Let's not go after Chandler and Ryan at that travel. Voting Ryan. Unbelievable.
Fuck Ryan.
My vote is for Steve, Chris, and Senti. Good luck with your love triangle, and may it forever be three-sided. Have a fun life, and cheers to the freaking weekend.
Once votes are read, decision is final. Person vote out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Head over there. Tonight is the last night that you can play Hidden Immunity Idol. If anyone has a Hidden Immunity Idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. That one still hasn't gotten old. I don't know, it's crazy. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote. Ryan. Ryan. Third vote. Steve. Steve. That's 2 votes Ryan, 2 votes Steve, 1 vote left.
5th vote. 16th person voted out as survivor, and the 7th member of our jury. Ryan.
Y'all are fucked.
That's 3.
Ryan, Travis vote. Time for you to go. The anti-climax.
Well, once together, always together.
You're talking to juror members number 6 and 7.
No, number 5 and 6?
No, we're 6 and 7.
We're 6 and 7?
Yeah, you're juror number 7.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because the clock's the other way. Bye.
Senti, I'm so disappointed. I thought you weren't that type of girl.
It's an upsetting prospect, but life is how it is, and everyone will move on. It just sucks that you decided to side with the devil.
Next time on Survivor. For 70 days, 4 survivors have outlasted the rest, but their biggest obstacles lie ahead. Have to take on the challenges from the past, and will face the jury for the first time in weeks. In so unpredictable a season, what turns will this game take next?
You never know where Senti's voting.